Hello everybody, this is me, CalleyFan here. This is probably going to be the last video I make until I go to England, and then I'll probably be making another video. But that'll probably be when I'm in England. So anyways, this is just a quick Chuggington Season 3 review, because we just got Chuggington Season 3, it just ended not even a month ago. It only aired for a month, not even a month. Anyways, it was a pretty good season. Let's just take a look at some of my reviews. I am pretty pleased with it. Now, the episodes aired out of order in the UK because Skylar appeared before his introduction. I think Piper might have also. I'm not exactly sure. I think she did. But anyways, it seems like here in Canada we got the right order because characters are introduced before they appear again. Okay. Except for Decca. With the exception of Decca, she's kind of like a Speedy. She pulled a Speedy, just kind of appeared, and yeah. Same with Hoot and Toot. She pulled a Speedy and Hoot and Toot. Okay. First episode was Chuggo-Flage. I was pretty excited when I came home and watched this after school. I was with all these episodes. It's just something great to come home and watch Chuggington. That just it's great. It was a pretty good episode, actually. It's one of those episodes that I don't think had an actual moral. It was kind of more just like teaching kids about something, like a fact. And I don't mind episodes like that. It's kind of the same with Wilson and the Elephant. It just kind of teaches that elephants have good memory. I don't mind that. I think that that's a good point. I think that children should be able to learn facts from children TV shows. Pretty decent episode. I think, yeah, it was funny to see the rhino chasing Wilson. Although I wonder if the rhino knew that he could go through the tunnel, not just smashing into the wall. I think it was a pretty good episode. I give it a 7 out of 10. Next is Undercover Action Chugger. Yes, when I showed some people some of the screenshots from it, they said, "Why is he a different color?" My friends were all curious about it. Undercover Action Chugger is when Action Chugger paints himself green, so then he could try to be like an ordinary chugger, see how ordinary chuggers do things, because he's going to be an ordinary chugger for one of his movies. And I found it very interesting to see how Undercover Action Chugger was, and how no one recognized him but the trainees. I thought that was kind of weird. If I were there, I was probably going to recognize him. Like, it was kind of like a Hannah Montana type of thing, you know, paint himself green, no one knows who you are, that kind of thing. Pretty good episode, 8 out of 10. I could watch it again and again. Love it when he gets... I felt that it was kind of nostalgia when he got covered in rocks. Because Thomas Percy and the coal, that kind of reminded me of that. Yeah. Still, pretty good episode. Next one is Gold Wheels. When I read the episode description on the BBC, I thought that they were actually going to take off one of their wheels and put a gold one on. I didn't think that they were actually going to get, like, a scoreboard. I thought that it was an actual gold wheel. Still, I wasn't disappointed with this episode. It had a great moral for children. Don't get too greedy. I think that is so important for children to learn. It was a great episode, great moral. 7 out of 10. Now, because my PVR lost connection, well, Coco's game was airing. All I got was a black screen for Coco's game. So I had to wait till it was uploaded on YouTube a few days ago. But it was the US version. I don't really like the US version. I much prefer the UK version. I just don't like the voices they picked for the US version. I don't even see why they needed to redub it. Why couldn't they just air the US version on Disney? Or the UK version, sorry. I mean, yeah. I don't see the reason for Americanizations. Most Americanizations are bad, so yeah. Anyways, I felt that this episode was moving along smoothly until it came to the end, where I felt everything was just kind of crammed together. I thought that the writer had so many ideas, and then they were just putting them in smoothly. Then at the end, they had many more if they just crammed it into like 40 seconds. I feel that I don't like the way that the episode ended, how everyone just came complaining to Coco, and Coco said, yes, everything's better in the real world. Then the episode just ended. I think that a better way to have ended the episode was Coco to go play hide and seek with the other Chuggers and say, you know what, this is better than a computer game any day. The ending is kind of what threw it off for me, so that's a 5 out of 10. Next is Special Helper Wilson. Sorry about that. Hoot and Toot want to help Frostini with Wilson, and Wilson feels like they are taking over. I can only tell you how much that episode can relate to me. I can really relate to Wilson in that episode, and that was great. That's what I love about Chuggington. You can relate to so many of the characters, situations. I just love that. Just great. I found it weird how the refrigeration car door could close without a chugger hooked up to it. Yeah. But it was a pretty good episode. I could really relate to Wilson. I love seeing the ice cream maker just flip out. 7 out of 10. Week 2, June 11th to June 15th of 2012. First one, movie maker Brewster. I love this episode. Just love it. I love making movies. And I just wish I was there to help Brewster with this. I love the movie that he made. I like how he had all the different chuggers saying, we put the chug in Chuggington. That was just great. Just love that. Brilliant episode. 9 out of 10. Don't get too shocked yet. Magnetic Wilson is next. It was a decent episode, taught kids about magnets. Although there's one part that proves that you could put a lot of stuff in children's television, and the children will never get it until they're older. Namely the part where Puffer, Pete, and Chatsworth are shaking Wilson like crazy. That's enough said. I'm not sure if that's the best for children to see. Although, probably being one of those complaining people. But you can just get away with it in children's television, because it's children's television, people. 6 out of 10. It was a good episode. Next is Toot's New Friend. Oh, I love this episode. Piper gets introduced. She is taking over Hoot and Toot's roundhouse. Toot's upset about it. Or is it Hoot? I actually cannot remember. So confusing. There's not really a way to tell Hoot and Toot apart other than their colors and horns. I could always tell Mighty Mac apart when I was a kid. Because Mighty had hair and Mac had freckles. I always liked Mac better. Bill and Ben, I could never tell apart on the TV show. Unless I saw their names, I could never tell them apart. Hoot and Toot, I can start to tell apart. I know that Toot's the girl now and Hoot's the boy. Took me the entire second season to figure that out. But let's keep on the review. It related to me too. I could relate to it because I had incidents like that where I had to move because someone else had to come in, and that I don't like that. I could relate to Toot in this episode. 9 out of 10, but you haven't seen anything yet. Hodge Can't Wait is next. I've seen this episode so many times, just watching it over and over and over. It is so funny how the Chuggers have their own little fashion show, but a rolling sock show. That's what another thing I love about Chuggington. It's extremely fresh. I mean, you would never see that. You would never see Trains having a fashion show on any other TV show. It is brilliant. I love this. I love that Callie was a major player. Callie's my favorite Chugger, which is my name, CalleyFan, for a reason. Love this episode. 10 out of 10. Brilliant. Funny how I hit 10 minutes when I rated 10 out of 10. Next one, Brewster's crane training. This one was pretty good. It reminded me, I could also relate to Brewster. It reminded me of when I had the same teacher for 4 years at my school. Because he taught me grade 4, 5, and 6. Then I had to go into grade 7, and I got a new teacher. And I was kind of worried the entire summer, wondering what it was going to be like. And I learned that it wasn't so bad. So I could really relate to this episode. And that's why I liked it so much. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I like Skylar. He's a pretty cool character. I just like to see Dunbar and Skylar teach together. That might be interesting. Next episode, or next week, week number 3, June 18th to June 22nd. Wobbly Wheels. That was another episode about Piper. Piper is so cute. She reminds me of children so much, how she giggles and tries to run away but can't really, and they catch up with her. It is just such a good episode. Like, just trying to explore new things and derailing on the mountain by going into the sound. It is a great episode. I heard Skylar's horn in this episode, although I had a hard time figuring out if it was the music or if it was his horn. But yeah, it was a good episode. Liked it. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Next one is Top Secret Coco. I'm not sure what it is with the episodes with the name Coco in it this season, but this one I wasn't very fond of. It wasn't my favorite. Coco shouldn't have told Wilson, and Decca is just, it taught kids the importance of keeping a secret sometimes, but, I just feel like Coco, I don't know, it's just, I didn't like how the plot unfolded. That may be the best word to put it in. Maybe that's a 5 out of 10 for me. Next one is Zeffie's Star Club. This one I felt a little bit of racism with, but it's a children's TV show again. You could get away with anything. How the stars hated the suns, and how, and Brewster's just there in the middle, kind of just trying to get them both to help, and they're both arguing, like, wanting to kill each other. It is, I don't know, I could relate to that episode in wintertime when we build snow forts at school, how the two forts are together, or angry, or people are mad at you because you're in a dodgeball game and you messed up, or something like that. I could relate to this episode in so many ways. Again, it's really important that children can relate to characters in episodes. It is extremely important. I'm going to give this episode 6 out of 10. Yeah. Anyways, last episode so far, Skylar's Squad. 2 episodes about clubs in a row. Wow. I don't know if it was just that episode, but they had an interesting title font on it. Like purple and yellow and shiny. The title was purple, yellow, and shiny. Well, regularly it's just like Arial white. So I don't know. Decent episode. Quite liked it. I think that is good. I'm not sure, though, if that squad's going to last forever. This is what happens within episodes. Like, they just appear for one episode, then it never happens again. Then all of a sudden, there's, 30 toys of it. At least Chuggington doesn't introduce characters just for marketing. Like, they have repaints of characters. That's what I like. They introduce characters for marketing, but they actually use the characters as well. As in Thomas, they just introduced Stafford, for instance, and never appears again. There's already Trackmaster, Wooden, and Taken play out, so I don't know. Yeah, decent episode. Although, again, it's just one of those things that kind of appears once, and I don't really like those type of things. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10 for that. So this season did not receive a whole bunch of bad ratings. The worst was 5 out of 10, which only a few episodes gained. The entire season rating from me is going to be 8 out of 10. The new characters introduced this season were pretty interesting. Decca, I'd like to see a bit more of. Get to know her personality a bit more. It says that she has a big personality, but all we know so far is that she has a speech impediment and that she likes to spoil secrets. So I think we should learn a bit more about Decca. I would like to see Dunbar come back within the 12 episodes that still remain to air in the UK. It's a pretty long hiatus. There's supposed to be 26 episodes, and you've only aired 14. I wonder if it's for those 3 movies that you're making for next year. If we could just find out when the other 12 episodes are coming out, that would be lovely. Yeah. BBC's re-airing season 3, 1 episode a week, so it's going to take a long time for us to figure out if they are airing the new episodes, and they're only on episode 3 this week. And they have to get through 14. So we have to wait another 11 weeks until we find out. So, this is going to be exciting. Anyways, this was an excellent season. I'd love to see it. I'd love to show it to my cousins. They'd love it. Great episodes. Loved it. Just keep it up. Just keep up the good work. It seems as if the seasons go on, the episodes get better. Which is something that Thomas is kind of catching on to, but not really. But, I don't know. I enjoy Chuggington better than CGI Thomas, definitely. I think everybody does. Anyways, I hope to see you all soon. Bye for now.